Hey, hello. On audio check. There it is. I think we're in. What's up, Nat 20 and the general D&D TTRPG space. Welcome to D&D in space. This is Wildspace Awaits, Nat 20's first Spelljammer campaign, which we have been so excited to put together, and I'm ready for you guys. I love it already. I'm Dat Magic Juice. I am a GM with Nat 20, and the shepherd for this particular clouder today, and for the ongoing adventure in front of us. We're going to go around the table real quick and introduce ourselves and our characters. I will be throwing up some images of them as we go. Spoiler alert, they are nothing short of epic. We'll go in overlay order, and then we'll handle a couple of housekeeping items before we just dive right into it. So I messed up already. Chrissy, I said you were first. You were actually second. Foxy, you're first.
I'm always first, I swear. Hey, what's going on, folks? It's Young Foxy, aka Big Foxy, also known as your favorite Fox Philly's finest. And today, I am proud to debut Sivas Morway, better known as Siv, the Astral Elf Artificer. He's a relatively lone shodden folk, not one for socialization or hanging out with people too much, but certainly useful in a firefight or when something breaks. Super happy to be here. I love these people so much, and I've been ready to play with them for ages. So looking forward to what this becomes. See you guys soon.
Actually, I think that is Sarah's character art that you have up.
Is that Sarah's?
I'm the other-looking elf.
Dang it.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh. First
Oh,
show
no.
jitters. Is this you?
Oh,
Yes.
man.
There you go.
There it
Me.
is.
I asked you had the elf ears and the eyebrow rings. You both have elf ears and eyebrow rings.
It turns out that's true.
Rip. Okay, I will fix that in the handouts. My bad. God.
Oh, it's a fun time for me to remind people that Civ is our they, he pronouns. Doesn't really care. Gender is a thing that doesn't really matter to him or them. Who cares?
Awesome. Chrissy, you are next.
Yes, hello. I'm Chrissy Kritz. I'll be playing Hambone. They are a plasmoid. Oh no, I ain't there. But they are a creature of nondescript origin necessarily. Short and stout. A little bit of a piglet nose. They, them pronouns probably. And they're just here to try to make sure that Joe doesn't kill themselves. Or someone else. Whichever comes first. And that's all.
Okay. I'll see what I can do about that image. I don't know why it's not showing up. We're off to a great start on my end. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. That'll take us over to HP. What's up?
Hello and welcome. I am the last hit point hero, and tonight I will be playing MR51N, the auto gnome evocation wizard. And my last boss let me blow up all sorts of stuff, so I hope my new boss lets me blow up stuff too. It's really the best way to do things, is just blow it up. So that's kind of the plan. That's where we're going with. Mar, as MR51N often goes, uses they them pronouns, and that's us. That's us.
Awesome. Hi, that's me next then. I am Osiris Franco, and I am playing Joe Marchuk, the Fire Genasi. And I need you all to look at me. Look at me. I'm the captain now. All right? I run this show. I run this gig. I'm the captain now. Her pronouns are she, her. She is the worst. And it's going to be really exciting to see where she goes from here. Kicking it over to Ekaj.
Hey there, folks. Ekaj the Orc here. Today, I'm going to be playing Avery LeBlanc, the Haragon Bard of Creation. Super excited to be here. Cannot wait for this loony adventure to start. And for things to just rapidly get way darker than we intended. So let's go.
All right. I'm going to give one more attempt at Hambone. Fingers crossed, please.
Oh, no.
No Hambone.
That is a bummer because I don't play favorites, but Hambone's my favorite.
Hambone is everyone's favorite.
Hambone's
So
the favorite. Hambone's the favorite.
All right.
Art's just too good.
I'm just gonna see if I can fix that at our first break in a little bit, and then show once we get there. However, we are going to be getting started with our opening scene. Is at to set our stage a little bit. It's of course D&D in space, so we have planets and systems and all that jazz, and not just the one little world that we live on. So the place that we're starting is a planet called Shurista, which contains basically one main port and trade settlement named Domus. We have, I believe, 3 of us together at one point near the docks trying to remedy a situation, which we'll get to when you guys start. One of you at a Spelljammer ship, which I will allow you to describe as you see fit, Foxy. And one of you trying to get the heck out of here. So, I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Who would like to begin for us?
Feels best we start with the group in the hangar. That feels like it's the proper amount of wacky to start us off. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, boss Marchuk. Boss, hey. Yes, boss.
I feel like you hear these voices behind a crate, and a pair of like brown eyes pop up over the top as Joe looks left, right, left again, and hunches down back behind to look at Hambone and Mar.
All right, now listen. I got a plan, but you gotta trust me, and you gotta not mess it up, okay?
I won't mess up the plan, boss.
What was your question?
Well, my last boss didn't have me sneaking around this much. I just wondered why we were sneaking around so much.
It's because
Hambone's going to drag the seat just like a little bit more in Mar's face without saying any real words, but just like you're gonna hear like a
Yeah.
Mar, I told you already before. I'm very important. I'm just.
You're the boss. I know.
I'm the boss. Yes, that's what you said.
You're the
Not
new
what
boss.
I said. What you said.
The new boss.
Yes. Right. Yeah.
Right.
Joe's gonna pop up over the top again and kind of like nervously look around, keeping an eye out for any officials.
People are like, Hambo. Okay, listen. We're gonna get down to the opposite end of the hangar. We're gonna find a ship, and we're gonna commandeer it. We're gonna commandeer it. You remember commandeering, right? We covered this. Stuff. Yeah. Right.
But you said, boss, that boss, I don't want to be like a wrench in the gears or whatever. But you said you had a ship when you.
I do.
Just like an hour ago.
Yeah. No, I do. Sorry. I'm commandeering parts. Commandeering parts for my ship. You know, Hambone, show him the ship.
she's going to drag the seat again and just with a kind of wet slap of a plasmoid hand, just like slap the top of the seat.
Thank
Just
you.
a little bit like this.
Usually when I make that sound, I need to have something tightened.
Take a note of that, Hambone. Take a note of that.
He just had to hold herself together for that. Thank you.
But that's okay. You're the boss.
Yeah.
Where's the parts?
Yeah. Great question.
And Joe once again like pops up and looks down, and I think you have that camera zoom, like she's like looking at like
That ship, no, it's not my aesthetic.
and it cuts across to another one. It's like,
No, absolutely not.
and then it like ends on this small ship on the far end of the platform, with like a lone figure standing out wrenching on it. And then like camera cuts back to Joe's eyes where it just zooms into like here, and she raises a brow.
Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Hambone, with me.
She's gonna like roll out from behind the crate and start like kind of sneaking behind the ships.
Hambone is just going to walk out. Just like slappy footsteps, just like while like dragging this seat behind.
Mar will be following, trying to do the exact same thing as Boss Marchunk, but kind of sounds like throwing a bag of tools across the hangar floor the entire way.
Nice. Okay. If it's cool with you guys, I'd like to pause right there for you three for a moment and go over to Avery LeBlanc with however you said you wanted to enter the scene here. We'll say you're starting at least near the port. Do I have that right?
Yeah, I think he is just immediately trying to get off this planet because he sees all the crazy stuff that's up there and realizes he needs to get up there. So he's like constantly going like from like crew to crew, like, hey, you guys looking for a crewmate, navigator? I can do whatever you want. Let me just give me a chance. No, okay. You looking for a navigator? Anyone that you need help with? Let me know. I can help.
All right. So we'll say at this point, the three that we started with, you're near enough this space in the docks that you're seeing this character trying to hail people and make his case for joining a crew.
I can navigate with maps. I can sing shanties, whatever you want, dog. Just let me out there.
Hey, boss, you wanted more crew, didn't you?
What? you look as Joe's like just staring at some guards as they move past.
What are you saying? What?
That guy. He says he's looking for a ship.
Can't have a crew without a navigator. Anyone?
Hambo, you know how to navigate?
You see a small pink jelly just shake its head.
Right. I mean, I'm a captain. I know how to navigate, but it'd be nice to delegate. You know, leaders, real leaders, they delegate.
Delegate. Yeah. Good plan, boss.
Let me handle this.
And Joe will then straighten her suit and step out of the shadows. And you'll see Joe is a fire genasi. I think I set her somewhere in her early 20s. Let me confirm that really quick. Yeah, she's in her early 20s, short charcoal hair that when she dusts it, it actually leaves a bit of residue on her fingers. Her skin is a red-orange color that kind of has a natural ambient glow to it with several piercings and long pointed ears. She tries to brush off some obvious debris from her shoulders and ends up leaving more charcoal and just smearing it as she strides out and walks right up to Avery and go,
well, hello there, my future navigator.
Yeah, what's up, bud? Looking for a navigator?
Yeah, I sure am, and I found one, it sounds like. You're one, right? You know how stars in space works, right?
I mean, I've navigated and I've seen stars, so yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's great. Listen, come behind me with these crates, huh?
Oh.
She just turns around immediately and leads you back behind the crates.
I stroll along like, this is definitely an interesting looking ship. I haven't seen one of these before.
Oh, and it's okay. Listen, we're just looking for some parts.
And as you come around, you'll see Hambone and Mar standing with the chair.
Welcome to the crew. I'm the captain. That's all you need to know right now. Let's go get the rest of our ship.
Well, Avery LeBlanc, glad to be here.
Yeah,
nice to meet you folks.
Yeah. I don't like the look. I don't like that guy, Hambone. That guy. Watch out.
Boss, you'll keep an eye on it, boss. I trust you. MR519, you can call me Mar. I occasionally blow things up. My old boss let me blow things up, but my new boss hasn't let me blow anything up yet.
I like someone with an explosive personality.
Well, you know.
And you, my little friend, Hambone?
While still holding on with one hand, the chair, like the seat, you will see them stretch their other arm to shake your hand.
Yes, got it.
And they'll say, Hambone.
Oh, it's Binks. Nice to meet you, Pally.
And that's all.
Oh, and we got art.
Got Hambone to work, y'all.
Hambone's everything to me.
This is great.
I love him.
Lovely.
Do y'all need help with your fancy chair there? Or,
My fancy chair. Let's be very clear. It's not our fancy chair, my fancy chair. And it is also my ship. So yes, if you could help, that would be great as we retrieve the rest of our ship.
And again, Joe is just twitchy as all get out, watching like anybody who comes close, kind of like trying to be really casual if anyone looks in our direction.
Boss, new boss, you seem a little on edge. I mean, my old boss wasn't this on edge.
Well, no, it's the edge that keeps, you gotta be on edge. You gotta know, keep your head on swivel. Gotta keep...
being on edge keeps you sharp. I've heard that before.
Yes. Those words. I've definitely said them before. Yes. I've definitely said that.
Okay. If you're good with that, guys, don't let me interrupt too much.
No, it's okay. 100%. It's just gonna be Joe trying to sneak down to the end of this hangar, like haphazardly leading the crew, and everyone's will be like, shh, like as that chair just screeches across the ground.
And to set more of the scene around you guys, this is a respectably bustling port. There are about a dozen other docks available that you can see, only about half of which are occupied by ships and crews. And then you know that in other sort of subsets of the port, there are even more fingers, if you will, with about a dozen docks at a time. So this is not exactly a small area, even though it is like the only sort of known habitated space on this planet for you guys. Let's cut over to Civ for a little bit, who is, I believe you're sort of working on your ship. Is that correct?
If it's perfectly okay with you, I think what the camera would show is actually like, as we see like kind of Joe and the rest sneaking towards the ship, is eventually like they would be stopped by just like a large robotic hand with like rivets on the back of it, very like bulky like fingers, and then like just directly in the middle of them all, and then like a very like kind of like almost you would almost say like feminine presenting, but still mostly like androgynous with like the way it's built. A robotic form fully just step into frame and just look at the three of them, and then speaking out loud, but not to the three of them, just, I believe we have company. And then from there, it would probably cut inside.
Okay. How would you guys like to approach?
If we've been accosted by this robot, I think just yes. Listen, you mispronounced captain, definitely. And I'm here for that. And she's gonna point at the ship around.
That's the boss's new ship.
It's, yes, the missing parts to my ship.
Brother, I believe we have ship thieves.
Now, that's not what I said. That's what you said. That language is what you're choosing to say. Definitely not how I would see this. Isn't that right, Hambo? We would never just thieves. We'd never steal. That's absurd that you would even suggest that.
Hey, boss, am I supposed to blow this one up?
Don't blow this one up. Nobody's gonna blow anything up.
Joe kind of like nervously looks like at the other ships and like sees like a captain walking by.
Definitely not blowing anything up. Listen, can you take us into the ship?
The robot just kind of slowly pivots around and turns a full 180. With me, if you leave more than 3 feet of my radius, I will crush you.
Great.
And then she starts walking towards the ship.
Joe's gonna kind of look back at everybody and go,
yeah, this is great. Well, yeah, great.
Yeah, definitely one of the warmer welcomes I've had.
Mar will just cram in tight next to the new boss's leg.
Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, okay.
I don't know how much 3 feet is.
Okay,
Are you
go ahead.
Programmed with the metric system there?
Yeah. Well, I have a foot and you have a foot, so we have 4 of us with feet, which is 8 feet.
I definitely know how big 3 feet is, and I think it's like Hambo, how many feet is 3 feet?
Hambone will
3
stretch
feet is
herself
3.
out to 3 feet long.
That's how many feet. That's what I taught Hambone that. That's why I asked
So
them to
it's
show
close.
you.
All right, I'll scoot back.
Yes.
Thanks, boss.
Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome. I am a merciful captain.
She's just following behind this robot.
And I guess from there we'd probably go inside or like to the side hall of the ship, probably under these sort of like leg constructs that are kind of pressed down is a figure with some grapnels kind of attached to their waist to kind of hang down from the superstructure of the ship, working with a few wrenches and checking on a few things, reading a few symbols. Just okay, I think if I just a little bit and finally stable readings. If I could just get a helm, I swear I'd get this thing off the ground. I'm sorry, we have what, Raven? And it'll just slowly like lower themselves down, backflip the last half foot, turn around and just, hi.
Hello, and I would like to congratulate you on this new opportunity to have us aboard this ship because I have something that it sounds like you need. Hambone?
You will see a small pink plasmoid dragging a very, very nice, intricate seat behind them. And it is just like across the ground. Like she's not even trying to lift it in any capacity.
Uh-huh. All right, let me see if I can get this in one. Points to Joe and goes, loudmouth, not actually that smart. Points to Marv and goes, dumb muscle. Points to Hambone and goes, brains of the operation. Points to Avery. And you just got here.
I'm new.
My old boss
Mine?
had a ship like this.
But no, definitely not those things that you just said. Definitely not what you just said. Completely wrong. I can't even believe you would suggest that. I'm clearly a captain, clearly in charge of this operation. Okay, and I am again congratulating you on this new opportunity.
Joe is now dragging the like chair over to where it would like normally be placed, kind of like.
And I would just like to remind you that these kind of opportunities don't come every day. Oh, Hambone, my back's giving out. Hambone, help.
Hambone's
got you,
going to
boss.
give a
I'll help,
heavy
boss.
shove.
I don't have to help. That's okay.
You trying to
Good
sell
at
me that
this.
helm or what?
Oh, no. See, you need help. And I need the rest of my ship. I feel like, I think that this could be mutually beneficial and mostly for you, as I'm being very kind and considerate after considering many vessels here at the port. Oh gosh, Mar, you got any water? Oh gosh, I just checked myself out there. Oh,
I mean, here, and pull a hose from his shoulder, and you'll see there's lettering on the hose that says coolant. I think it's mostly water. It's mostly water.
yeah, that's fine.
As fascinating as this all is, I have an important question before I pursue this opportunity of yours, Captain.
Marchuk. Is it Joe Marchuk?
And she'll stick a hand out to you.
And Civ. He does not take the hand.
That's okay. I meant to do this really cool thing anyway. Nice to meet you, Sid.
Question for you then, Captain Marchuk.
Yeah,
Anybody in this
that's
gaggle
good.
of fuck-ups know how to use this thing?
Her eyes dart to the helm and like darts back to you.
For how long?
Long enough to still have more than just the helm remaining when you land somewhere.
Well, I have a navigator right there, and we got Mar here.
I was
Knows
kind
how
of
to-
built for this sort of thing.
Well, it sounds
Yeah.
like I'm offering you all an opportunity.
I mean, if that's how you choose to see it, that's your prerogative. Okay, I understand that this is kind of sometimes when you're presented with a life-changing opportunity, it can kind of be overwhelming. So I can understand if it's a little confusing. We can sort out the details later, but we should probably get going.
Honestly, I'm still just thrilled to be here. This is amazing. I love it.
Full disclosure, I was involved in a rather large tavern fight just about 30 minutes ago.
So
I don't know if that's important to anyone.
I mean, I don't see why it would be pertinent now, but it's definitely something to consider.
Ray, what's the call? I think there's like a really, really long pause, and then eventually the robot just tilts full waist towards him and just says, "If I may be honest, brother, you need friends."
Burn.
Good one, boss.
Thanks.
She holds a hand out for Mar to high five.
Mar will shake the hand.
We're
Oh,
gonna
my pension for self-destruction, I guess. Whatever.
work on that, Mar.
All right, to hell with it. Get 2 of your lugs to get that helm slotted in somewhere. I'll get it socketed, and when we get a few hours to calibrate, we're off and on our way. Can you wait a few hours, or is...
A few hours. Okay. Yep, no, that's fine. I'm just gonna...
And Joe will go over to if there's like a tarp or loose fabric somewhere. She's just gonna take it and like flap whatever's on it, like sending tools and wrenches like everywhere, clattering.
Hey!
Swinging it around and like tying it around her neck in like a cape.
Yeah, I think this will do. Yeah, Hambone, you got the helm, right?
Hey, could I offer a bit of an alternate path to our ingenious captain?
I
If
don't
you're
see
hiding from
why.
someone, maybe do it inside the ship?
Oh, I wasn't gonna go anywhere.
I mean, just stay inside the ship until whoever you're looking for isn't
Right.
looking for you anymore, or it's time to
Definitely.
leave.
Definitely, I will definitely be taking that under advisement. But as captain, I get final say.
Joe's just gonna like scoot.
Just finger gunning the whole time.
Yeah.
All right, Ray, I'm gonna go find a drink. If any of these idiots break anything, break them.
Hey, Pally, you mind if I tag along?
What could make my day any worse?
I mean, I think you've got nowhere to go but up from here, man.
My thoughts exactly. Come on, shortstock.
Me?
Why not? Let's bring the bot too.
Wait, I mean, if we're all going, we should all go.
Hey, you know, that puts you all away from the chance of breaking my ship. That might be the first good idea you've had since you got here.
But someone has to
I didn't.
put the helm in.
Ray will.
Ooh.
What's Ray?
Her name's Raven. You'll call her Raven, and that's it. Same way, I'm Civ. Just Civ. Got it?
Just Civ.
Just Civ.
Got it. Just Civ. Hambone, sick burn. High five.
Puts her hand out to Hambone.
A Hambone will high five.
I like
Out
that
of
one the
habit,
most.
not out of
Quiet, at
want.
least.
So, what's the plan, boss?
Drink.
The plan is to join Civ, our ship
Liaison.
engineer liaison. Oh, good word, Mark. Good word. We're gonna join Civ, who will be treating us to some drinks. I'm assuming, and then we'll get to where we need to go.
Could I roll a quick sleight of hand against Joe's perception
Sure. What would this be for?
to snatch their whatever gold they have on them, or just some?
Oh shit.
Oh.
I don't know if I have any. Oh, I do. I do have some.
Okay. Yes, if you would like to do that, you may make a sleight of hand check. That'll be against Joe's perception.
I rolled very
Yeah.
poorly.
Yeah, you beat a 3.
Oh, well, I did. Civ just says, sure, I'll treat. On your buck, though.
That's very convenient that you have money I don't know what you mean by my buck. That's a weird turn of phrase. I've never heard that before.
Civ will flick the gold pouch back at your head and just watch your pockets closer, please.
Hey, pals. Let's start this off on a good note. I've got the first round. You all take gold coins here, right? It doesn't matter how it's pressed. It's good dough.
Yeah, that should work.
I like your initiative, new guy.
Just avoid
Absolutely.
that one shop over on the left. The Naglirians trade in human souls, I've heard, and I don't have any on hand.
I don't think we got a human in the bunch, so I think we're good.
Exactly.
So yeah, let's find some place. First round's on me. Let's get to know each other. Let's be friends. I'm a people person.
I'll go and drink.
That's how it starts. Let's do this.
Those of you who have been here for any amount of significant time at all would know of a tavern nearby called the Dwarven Bombard.
The Dwarven Bombard.
Yes.
Yeah, my old boss liked that place.
Yeah, you all lead. I have no idea where I'm going.
I think
it's
your new
this way.
boss is about to also like this place.
And Joe will take the end of this tarp that she's tied around herself as a cape and lift it up like a vampire robe.
We're off.
And then start like moving.
Mar will grab the
crowd.
edge of the cape and redirect in the proper direction, and we'll go down the street the other way.
Yes. Very good.
It's over here, boss.
I know. I was just testing you, seeing if you were
Good.
quick enough on your feet, and you are. That edge
Good.
is sharp.
Good test.
Civ will like squat down to be like head level with Hambone and look over and just be honest. How often does that one almost get you killed?
With no words, you'll see a plasmoid hand go.
Yeah, figured that much. Just stand back up, quick pat on the head, and keep it moving.
Okay, excuse me. So the streets before you, coming off of the docks area, are pretty well populated with buildings, mostly shops and habitations of various kinds. You're able to find the Dwarven Bombard rather easily. Most of the buildings overall are really smashed together in a pretty standard city style. The overall look is a sort of like red sandstone, and very simple box-like structures all around. Going into the Dwarven Bombard itself, it's a sizable tavern. It looks like it should seat anywhere up to about 200 or so people when it's full. And at the moment, it's at about half with a very busy bar. Bless you.
What do you need, boss?
Thanks.
I need I need a table and I need a drink.
Can do. And Mar will secure both table and drink. And prepare a seat, slide it out. Here you go, boss.
Joe will take the chair and try to spin it on one of like the back legs and kind of like teeter it, and then awkwardly like put it down backwards and do a Riker maneuver where she sits on it backwards and kind of puts her hand over the back of the chair and is like looking around the bar.
All right, so I think first line of business, I'm probably going to need to get some maps. I ain't exactly from here, so if anyone knows of a good place I can grab a few, I can go make a quick stop.
I've got a few of the general area.
Perfect.
Say they're heirlooms.
All right,
My
Joe.
old boss
after-
made tomatoes.
Joe, after a few moments, you are greeted by a pretty run-of-the-mill looking human man who's got just a general smirk. You're very standard bartender vibe, sort of cleaning a mug and says, "What do you have?"
I will have.
Not from around here, are you?
I know I'm definitely from around here. I just haven't been here in a while. It's rude of you to assume, just because I was taking my time to really think through what I wanted to say, that I wasn't
boss,
from here.
Boss, my old
Yeah,
boss
Mar,
got
yeah.
my old boss liked the bombard blasts.
I would like the bombard blast, please, and a round for the table.
Of course. Going high end, I see. That'll be
Well,
20
depends.
silver.
Oh, yeah, no, I got that. And Avery puts down a very like flowery design gold coin with like lots of ingrained flowers, and it's very fantastical. Definitely not from around here. He's like, you can make a change for this.
Where is that from? I'm not familiar.
It's you never heard of the Feywild?
Okay, over the table. Help me out. Is this a legitimate currency in D&D worlds or no?
I'm just assuming it's just a differently pressed gold coin.
Gotcha. Okay. Then I will go with he just doesn't recognize it. Doesn't look familiar to me, but we see people from all over here all the time. So let me just check with my boss as he gives a kind of side eye at Joe.
I'm sorry, you're just gonna question money that we are coming into your establishment and giving you. You're really gonna give us a hard time over it? Look. And she takes it and bites it. It's totally fine. Hands it back.
No hard time. Just got to make sure.
Just gotta make sure. Why? You gonna see how you do this to all your customers? Huh?
As you're just like going
do you want me
and
to blow
going,
him up,
he's
boss?
just gonna
Do you want
give
me to
you
blow
a
him
sort
up?
of like
Boss?
half wink
Boss,
and
can I
start walking.
Hands out to Mar.
Not yet, but maybe soon.
I shake it.
Shake her hand.
So yeah, as you were sort of going, he just kind of like gave you a and a side eye. In all honesty, not really meaning anything by it, but just trying to keep the persona going. Goes off to the side for just a few moments, comes back with 5 silver pieces as change for you, Avery, that look different from what you're used to, as well as 5 drinks.
I tell him, pal, keep the change. I think you're gonna need it.
Fair enough. Thank you much. Let me know if you need anything else.
Got any Imperial silver around?
Yeah, we tend to deal with that only as change, though. We're not really accepting anything more.
I meant the drink, boss.
Never heard of that one, but let's have you roll a D100, Foxy.
I believe in rolling dice. Here we go.
Oh,
And I believe in you, Foxy.
And you know what? That matters a lot to me. That's a 35, boss.
35.
holy shiz.
I was on a 100.
I know, but still.
Still a number. It's definitely a number.
Significant number.
Never heard of
Same.
that, but how about a honey pine dew?
Looks over at the rest of the group. If it numbs my brain cells for a while, I'll take it.
You're looking for numbing. Okay, I take that back. You want a cube. And he's going to go off into a sort of side room that when he opens the door, you'll feel a sort of cool breeze and comes out with, he'll like pop his head back out and say, just one?
We'll start with 1.
You got it. And he's going to come out with this little platter that like you could hold in a palm of an average size, like his palm, essentially an average size human male's hand, with what looks like nothing more than a sugar cube on it. And there's this little sort of bubble blopping around within it as he moves and takes steps and then places it on the bar in front of you.
Huh. This ought to be a good time.
Sounds like you're having a day. We'll make this one on the house.
I like this place more and more every day.
Well, I guess here's to our, what do you want to call this, crew? I don't know if we're so formal at that point yet.
Here's to our unfortunate circumstance, Sivas says, raising the small cube and then shooting it while putting a hood up and closing his eyes to lean back.
There we go, to being a victim of circumstance.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Just I get that you're the new guy, and I respect that about you. I want you to know we're very excited to have you on board. But it is typically the captain's responsibility to announce the toast. I think you did a great job. and I liked it, so we can leave it there. But just in the future, you know.
I just figured since I put the coin down, but yeah, absolutely, you're the boss,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, definitely the boss, definitely in charge.
Civ, let's have you make a
Anyways.
Constitution saving throw, please.
Hell
shit.
Yeah, I'm getting fucked up. I rolled an 8.
Okay. Civ, you're gonna have this sort of cold wash over you from like the top of your forehead quickly down to your nose, and then like it'll just rush over your entire head for a moment, and you like sort of lean over with this rush wave of cold going over just like from the neck up. You don't quite pass out, you're able to sort of catch yourself, but like you have a moment of like, I think the best way I can describe it would be you were really drunk for 1.5 seconds, and now you're like already at a solid, comfortable buzz that you're just riding along.
That's good.
And the rest of you are going to see him sort of like half slump for just a moment, and then catch himself and be right back where he's at.
Hey, boss.
Yeah.
Did you want me to pretend to drink too? My old boss liked it when I pretended to drink too.
That sounds expensive. So no.
Joe's gonna reach across and grab your drink and just pull it over to her side of the table before drumming a couple fingers, and again looking around the bar.
Going for the good stuff, I see. You'll hear a new voice approach you all from behind, and a human woman will sort of slam her hand on the table and give you all a good, healthy smile. New round here as well, aren't you?
I don't know why you would assume that. I'm very clearly mysterious and captain-like, so
Boss is well experienced.
well experienced. Yes.
You may
Yeah.
make a collective deception check, or each of you make one, or one of you make one with advantage. I'll let you choose.
I'm pretty good at
I
deception,
will
turns out.
grant. Hang on. Oh no, it won't work. Never mind. But I will give whoever guidance on.
I'll definitely roll it. If you guys are cool for me to roll it at advantage, we can do that.
Yes, and you can give yourself a D4.
You can do it, boss.
Oh, hell yeah. 18 plus 4. Let's add that D4. That's a 3. So, many.
Nice. My apologies. It's not very often I see people who are from here when I come here. Such a busy port, you know.
Yeah, well, you know, we've been on very serious business out in Wildspace, so it's fine that you made the assumption, but, you know, maybe check yourself in the future, huh?
The boss is a very important business.
Very important business.
And now that you've...
She kind of fiddles at the choker on her neck.
let me see real quick if I have an image to show you before I botch an explanation of what this person looks like. As I should have pulled it up. Whoops. Yup. Here we go. The name's Sartell. Captain Elena.
Oh,
You're a boss too. You're not my boss though.
No, of course not, honey.
Jeez.
Are you? Wait, never mind. Forget I said that.
Oh, this one gets
yeah.
confused easily, doesn't he?
I'm also a captain. It's funny you should mention that. Yeah, and I'm Captain Joe Marchuk.
And Joe will put out her hand.
She'll offer hers as well with this sort of look.
If it's offered weird, Joe will like take it like this and shake it like this.
For the way it was offered, she'll actually have a surprisingly solid grip and match you in the handshake itself.
Joe will squeeze harder.
Certainly no lack of confidence in you, for sure. And you are, looking down the bar at the rest of you.
Mar. Here to do what the boss says.
I
Wait, was I
Avery-
not supposed to do that?
Joe is still just like, yes, I am also captain, and kind of like doing this like.
I'm Avery LeBlanc. I'm actually I think I might be the newest of the crew here, so it's good to meet you.
Got me by about 20 minutes, Avery.
As you guys are starting to hesitantly introduce yourselves, she's going to be paying very intentional attention to you all and making eye contact and really not shifting or making any other sort of distracted moves. Except for one moment when a bartender comes over, she's going to take out a single silver piece and flip it off of her thumb with the iconic ping, and he'll snatch it out of the air as if he was expecting it in the first place, slam a big old mug of something on the table for her, and she'll take it and start to sip as you continue.
It's Civ. Just Civ.
You all right there, Civ?
Something like that.
Lovely. And then she'll give a sort of confused head tilt toward you, Hambone.
In my mind, Hambone is sitting the furthest away from them, and will jiggle and bop their way like down the bench seat, and then stretch their arm as far as possible to give a handshake, but will not say any words to them.
Okay. You will be met with a very similar sort of this. Is there any particular way you react to that?
It would be as if this person's hand was entered into Hambone's like flubber.
Like into a bowl of jello.
Whatever it
like
is,
into jello.
Yeah, like you expect it to be like a solid form, but it just kind of like covers her hand. And when she when Hambone retracts, or if she retracts her hand, it's like, a little moist.
Oh my god, I love this.
You're all very welcome for this.
Absolutely. Thank you. While this is happening, you'll see her like overly confident demeanor sort of shift downward just a smidge, but enough that you'd absolutely notice it. and sort of retract her hand in a sort of dainty look and like a single flick, and go back to the drink. So how long you been in this town?
Oh, just the right amount of time. Perfect amount of time that anyone would be in any place when doing important business and captaining, Why are you asking?
Oh, I'm just curious if you'd seen the meteor showers. We're kind of famous for it now. Oh, you might know that since you live here.
Yeah, definitely know about meteor showers. But I'm just wondering, is there anything interesting about this year's meteor showers that maybe wasn't happening in the years that I was here? Because, important business keeps me pretty distracted.
This year, yeah, they're new. You didn't know that?
Oh, no, I definitely... Sorry, it's just time flies in space. We're going so far out. Been working with a lot of people from different dimensions. Time's different. Sorry.
Of course.
Just, you wouldn't understand not being in to all this important business and just being here caring about these meteor showers. I don't blame you. Sorry, it's kind of above you.
Oh, honey, just making conversation. But I will say I'd always heard of these glorious showers and stories from across the cosmos. They're certainly not unique to here. It's a sort of traveling phenomenon, it seems. But I don't know why they've been met with such silence lately. I'm surprised that not more of you have heard about them in the first place. They're even more beautiful than I'd expected.
I've seen them.
Oh, lovely.
I'd love to see them.
Yeah.
Perhaps if you're not out of here by the evening, you might.
It might be out of my control, but we'll see where the night takes us.
All right. I think... go ahead.
just for me to Sarah, the player, to get it straight in my mind, because Joe's just lying about everything.
Yeah.
This woman is saying that there are meteor showers and that it is a recent phenomenon that's been taking place across the cosmos.
Recent phenomenon here, but something that has happened across the cosmos multiple times. Like it's got a
Gotcha.
particular sort of look that's sort of iconic, leading common folk to believe that it might be the same thing, just going different places. We are having sort of off conversation with this Elena Sartell, who is introduced herself and interjected into our conversation, talking a little bit about this meteor shower and just trying to get to know you guys a little bit. After you guys have gotten a couple drinks as well, when on the outskirts of the streets outside, you're going to hear some commotion with a few people running around and like screaming a little bit, and you feel some shaking. And after a few seconds, it calms down. It seems like a small earthquake has occurred.
What in the hell?
Is that common for these pods?
What's everybody's passive perception?
9.
Heard a 9, 10.
Mine's like 13.
13.
Passive perception, 14 actually.
14 as well.
Okay, and this is not a knock on your passive perceptions, but I do just want to make sure we're at level 5, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wisdom plus
And-
1, baby. What do you want from me?
Your girl don't play perceptive characters.
Nice. Nothing wrong with it. I just want to make sure.
Wisdom's my dump stat.
Because I know we only. Jesus Christ. Oh, that got us. Oh, lovely. Okay, so at least those of you who are above 10 will.
Handbone also would like reach down to the ground to like touch the ground and kind of discern from like a nature standpoint or something similar to that.
Okay, what are you trying to like channel a certain aspect of Hambone in that way, or just like generally checking things out?
Just generally checking.
Sure. Make a nature check, please. Coming in hot. What is this? All hail the queen?
This is trash is what this is.
Okay.
I should have rolled a real dice. I brought them with me.
There you go. Yeah, you're not really able to discern anything specific from checking out the ground, but those of you above 10 passive perception would at least notice that, like, the bartenders, at the very least in this space, and any other employee that's been in and out, like servers and bus folks and everything, have been, like, just really on it. In a rhythm, doing their thing. The place is half full, and it's a fairly large space, so there's plenty to do. And this is the first moment, aside from like stopping to actually talk with somebody or make an exchange of money for drinks and food, that like more than a couple of them just like stop for a second and like look around confused at each other and then out the window, and then a couple of them just kind of shrug it off and they keep going back at it. But you do see a few people outside sort of more hurried than normal, shifting around in all directions.
Something's not normal about this.
Hey, boss.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, what? Sorry.
My old boss would want to check stuff like that out. Do we want to check that out?
Yes. Yes, we do. We do want to check it out. How about you specifically check it out?
I can do
and then tell me and then tell me what you see. Yeah, that's yeah.
Civ's already getting up to go outside.
on a bus. And yeah, Mar will head out to the street and look around.
Okay. New perception check for you, please.
Is there
Marvin.
any way that I can interest you in an investigation check from me?
Sure. Is there anything in particular you would be looking for?
Ripples in the ground, the way things fell over, if anything fell over, things that
Okay.
didn't fall over that I thought should fall
Could
over.
I do perception looking for the opposite? I'm gonna look up around like the local space to see if we got any disturbances from in local space.
Sure. And I apologize to you guys. I forgot to establish this in our session 0, so I'll just establish it over the table now. I am all for, if you guys want to make a case for rolling something different than what I called for, I'm all for it. I will ask you what if there's a particular reason for making that case, and if it makes sense, I'm all in. So yes,
because I'm not good at perception.
Well, I know that, but
I got me a 16, by the way, on that perception roll. Whenever you got time, boss.
16 perception and the investigation.
24.
Holy
Analyzing the surrounding response.
Okay, so I'm going to start with
Sherlock
Marvin.
Holmes
Then
in this shit.
I'll start with Marvin. Yeah, you're going to see actually some cracks in the ground, kind of like through the middle of the street is one more noticeable one. I'm not going to say it's like the Red Sea is split or anything like that, but a noticeable crack that's going kind of along the line of the street, and people like shifting to the sides of it on either side and running sort of both directions. Nobody really seems to have any sort of set direction that they want to go, just not where they currently are. Civ, you're going to see a structure, question mark, in the air. I say question mark for Civ, up sort of above all the buildings. That's definitely different from the architecture and structures that you'd seen coming in here. It almost looks like a sort of haphazard tree going off in the distance behind some of the buildings beyond your purview.
The ground is broken. How's the sky, Civ?
There's something there I definitely shouldn't see. Looks like a tree almost. I'm not going to get a good read on it.
No, trees go out of the ground. It can't be a tree.
Well, that's why I'm concerned.
And for the record, I did fail to describe the people inside the tavern, like the patrons, had a very similar reaction to the staff that you noticed, but with the perception, it was really the staff that had any sort of noticeable change in their demeanor because it was so like clockwork until that point. But everybody else inside has sort of just gone back to their business.
Huh. Well, I made a little crack down here, and there's something up there.
Feels like no one else is too disturbed about it, but that doesn't seem like it's normal.
Mar is going to walk over to a random bystander and tug on their pant leg. Hey, what's that?
So the people that are going by you at this point, almost like every few seconds, it seems a little bit more frantic of a wave of people for those that are actually going away from the direction you're looking. And like this person will sort of, you'll grab them and they'll sort of like half flinch and panic and like, huh, and look at you and go, ah. But
is that how you say hi?
No, look. And he'll
I
point
see it.
at
What is it?
That's not supposed to be there. You should go. And then he's just gonna run.
Well, there's my hypothesis, right? Great.
And at this point, the scene will generally look like this.
Oh.
See how that looks.
What in the...
Well, that is small amount of panic. I think I need to tell the boss. And Mar will turn around and go back into the tavern, push the doors open, go, hey, boss! Boss! Boss!
Yeah. Yes, that's me. Yes, hello, everyone. Yes, I am. I am the boss. What is it? What is it? Did you find it?
There's a thing in the sky scaring everybody. It broke the ground. People not happy.
Does it look dangerous?
I mean, not really, but it did break the ground a little bit, but only a little bit. People didn't really notice that part.
Only a little bit.
Yeah, it only broke the ground a little bit. I guess it's not that big. It's probably just a little bit of a big deal, but everybody thinks it's a big deal because they keep running down the street.
Uh-huh. Does it sound like they're running towards?
No, this is panic screaming the other way. Well, like not full blown panic. It's like mild. Yeah, like on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like it's like a baby Godzilla.
So it looks like someone's Civ's looking to make a new roll. See anything about this?
First crit of the night, baby. That's a 26 on Arcana.
Damn. Okay, 26 on Arcana. In order for such a structure to emerge from what you can assume was nothing or close to it, it must be at least partially magical in nature. But you know that there, even from this distance, you can see that there's something sentient about it at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Seems sentient. It's definitely magical. Can I sneak in one last question about this before we slide off of me?
Absolutely.
Does this seem like a weapon and or an attack of some kind, or just like a freak accident?
Ooh.
It feels like a seed of destruction.
Throwing the heaters at you, giving you the hard ones, boss.
Let's have you
for once. Here we go.
Yeah, let's do an insight check.
Oh, I'm not bad at that. I didn't roll great though. It's a 13.
13. I'm going to say, based on, if I'm recalling your background overall correctly, what you said about yourself, this doesn't really look like any sort of attack that you've seen before. It could be, but at the moment, it's not clear.
All right. I think that's sort of, I think that's kind of where my brain is at. If it doesn't look familiar to Civ, that he's not going to immediately freak out, then I'll just kind of head back inside, group up with the rest. Whatever the hell's going on out there, and you might want to go see it. It doesn't seem very normal. It's certainly not natural. It's certainly magical, and it's certainly sentient.
But is it certainly bad?
I wouldn't call it good.
That's enough for me, mate.
Like a seed of something bad. A seed of something destructive.
Joe is kind of listening to all of this and isn't certain. And she's going to turn and look at Hambone and quietly kind of like scoot, like look at her, look at the group, take the chair and like scoot next to Hambone and like lean down. And in Halfling is going to say,
Hambone, I don't know what the heck they're talking about. Do you know what that is?
Hambone will respond in Halfling very quietly. I have been sitting here with you. I have no idea what they're talking about.
Right.
Would you like me to go outside and check?
No.
I think as captain and in common, she kind of sits up.
After some careful consideration, we should just maybe leave.
Chip's not ready yet.
Hey, boss.
Yeah, Yamar.
My old boss would sometimes check these things out.
What happened to your old boss there, Mar?
Well, they were dying in the tavern when I found you.
Uh-huh. Right.
It wasn't their fault, though. They weren't that great of a boss. I had to find a better boss.
And I am a better boss. I mean, I guess.
You're not dying on a tavern floor.
She looks down at the floor, looks back up at Mar.
All right. Yeah, you're right. So we can maybe go check this out. Civ, I don't know, you seem to have a better understanding of what this is.
I'd like to know what it is more than anything else. Sounds dangerous, but...
Is anybody still
honestly,
outside? Oh, I'm sorry, Foxy, I didn't mean to cut you off.
But honestly, if it's going to kill me, it sounds preferable to being around you all for too much longer.
So I think we're all in
What's that
agreement.
supposed to mean?
He just stares.
Adventure awaits!
Is anybody still outside at this point? Or did you all come back in?
I think I was the last person outside.
Okay.
Yeah, inside.
I think Avery's just kind of pressed against the window, just like.
All right, Avery. Are you looking for anything in particular, or just taking it all in?
He's just in awe.
Okay. You are going to see at least a little bit of that sort of tree-like structure, even looming over your limited view from the window. Sort of, actually, over a few seconds, you can see it growing. And shifting where in the sky it actually is. And over the next few seconds, you're also going to see, like, instead of people just sort of running away, you're going to see more people now definitely running from basically your right to left. Left would be back toward the port. Right is sort of deeper into the settlement. And more at a time are actually beaten and bloodied and cut.
Hey, you all know what an evacuation is, right?
Damn right I do.
I've never been on vacation. What?
Yeah, it looks like people are coming from whatever that thing is. By the way, it's moving and or growing. And people are spilling blood, so I think we got a skedaddle.
Yes, Mar.
Are you a run toward danger, new boss, or a run away from danger, new boss?
That depends.
And she looks over at Civ.
Do you know what's in that direction?
No idea.
Because there might be some good things to be taken for our ship. And if we can outrun those vines, maybe we can grab some goodies.
Are you suggesting we steal from an evacuating settlement before we get out of here ourselves?
I was just grabbing for safekeeping.
I never
Borrowing.
said no.
Okay.
My old boss would do that.
Some people say looting, other people say recycling.
If those are the words that you choose to use, then that's your prerogative.
Joe like kind of gets up.
I'm just saying, early bird gets the worm. You know what I mean?
Give me a sec. I should call Ray anyway if we're going to go anything dangerous.
And last one out gets what's left.
Joe just kind of stops and looks at Mar, like kind of like, "Are you okay, little dude?" And he's just kind of like,
If it doesn't burn in the fire, it's worth taking with you.
See, that one makes sense to me. That one doesn't make me feel bad inside.
I'm going to step outside.
I'm following the bunny.
yeah.
Okay. The scene is about the same for the time being, Avery. Anything in particular you're trying to do or look for as you step outside?
Aside from the tree thing, just is there anything else? Like, is there anything coming from it, or is it look like it's heading our way, or like what is causing the damage is kind of what I'm...
You can see this structure. It takes a few seconds to notice because it is rather large. You can see from that image we shared, but it's behind a few buildings. You can see it's probably a couple blocks before you'd be able to get to like the base of whatever this is. So you're only able to see what's in the full extension of what's pointing up in the sky, and it is sort of twisting and turning and going farther upward a little bit. For lack of a better description, it looks like branches. And as it grows, you can feel the ground shake here and there a bit more, as if it's causing tremors. Nothing, no new damage that you can really see, aside from the big crack in the ground that's on the street that you're on.
All right, so we got two choices. We either go see it, or we go away from it.
Well, the stuff they left behind will be that way and going to be pointing toward the direction they're running from.
Joe, who is walking out behind Mar, isn't going to hear what they're saying, but see that they're pointing and be like, "Let's go!" Just going to turn down the street towards where Mar is pointing.
All right, boss. And Mar will follow the boss.
Oh, dear. Yeah, instead we'll just head in their hands, keep walking forward with these people along the way, pinging like a sensor beacon on their like on something to let Raven know to link up with him.
Okay. How quickly does Raven move?
Her movement speed, I'm pretty sure, is either 40 or 50. I'm gonna double check.
So fairly quick.
About a little bit faster than a normal person, though. I'm gonna double check to make sure.
Okay.
Wouldn't want to lie to you. I will get back to you on that one specifically.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure that's how that works.
Sounds good. So it sounded like
Hambone will be the last person to walk out, and they will make sure that the tab is paid for Joe. They will push in all the chairs, and stack the cups as if they're pre-bussing the entire table, and then leave.
Ooh, we lost you again. There we go. Sarah, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Did I drop again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was just a blip. If you've been able to hear us, then
Yeah, I was able to hear the whole time.
okay, perfect. I guess Zoom is just struggling a bit. Okay, so it sounded like the play is you're going toward it. Do I have that correct?
Yes.
Seems to be the plan.
Okay. You are sort of swimming against the stream, so to speak, with a good amount of people now running definitely away from this. It's not difficult to find side streets that sort of break off of this random, this main one with a little bit less traffic going on. Do you want to continue following the main road or try to find a side path?
I feel like Joe is leading and trying to push through this group of people. And
Hey, watch it! Wow.
and like kind of like yelling at people as they bump into her. But will eventually try and like see an alley and turn around and do a loud whistle and gesture to take an alleyway instead of trying to fight through the traffic.
Agree with better plan.
I would assume that wouldn't be terribly hard. I was going to mention, I think Hambone and Joe, for the most part, were in a local college trying to learn how to take care of things.
Yeah,
So I feel like they would be at least kind of familiar with how to get around.
About how high up would the building that alleyway is from the ground?
The short ones are about, so 2 stories, about 20 feet. The larger
Okay.
of them would be more like 6 or 60 feet.
Okay.
And sort of everything in between. Okay, so we're heading that direction in, who said they were leading?
Joe.
Joe. All right, Joe, you're going to find yourself eventually at a structure in the middle of what used to be a sort of open courtyard, but has now expanded out of the ground and is so expansive width-wise that it's actually gone into the sides of the buildings surrounding this courtyard. And from the distance that you're first able to see it, it sort of looks like bark, but something's off about it. This can't be any sort of normal tree.
She's going to reach down to her belt, where she has. I'm gonna flavor the weapons. It's not magical or anything, but to where she's got like a hilt on her belt. She's gonna crouch low and wait for everyone to catch up before pointing at it. And
That tree. I don't like the look of it.
You don't like the look of the tree?
No.
I'm with the captain on this one. Looks a little off.
There wasn't a tree here before.
Exactly.
No.
Is it a normal tree?
Could I Arcana check this thing another time real quick? My DM?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna do exactly that thing.
Can I simul nature check?
Absolutely.
It's
Can
only
you
a 15 this time.
Can you describe what you are doing to make such observations? Are you like touching it or examining any or looking for any particular aspect of it? What's going on with these?
I think Civ is just trying to hold out a hand and tap into a bit of his own magic, just kind of innately, mostly trying to see just like how his own magic resonates against this thing. Does it seem hostile? Is it like what can I tell what plane it's from? Just trying to see what information I can gather by just resonating my own magic against it. You know, I'm an artificer, so I figure it's a thing he's done a lot to kind of like investigate the way magical things feel. So
Okay.
I just like that general, like if there was like an investigate, like cantrip or whatever, it's like it's kind of like he's casting that, you know?
Sounds good. And then for you, HP, same question.
Mar is going to walk up to the tree until able to touch part of it, and will reach up a hand and flip the wrist, and their finger will be a little scalpel, and they'll kind of look at it, and they'll go, flip it again, it'll be a little corkscrew. Flip it again, and a little jet of fire will come out, and is just going to poke it with a fiery finger.
Okay. Before I give you guys this description, Marvin, I actually don't know. Do you know offhand, or not Marvin, HP, do you know offhand if your character is able to feel temperature?
It is assumed that the auto gnomes basically function as things, people. It doesn't say that we don't feel that sort of things.
Okay, I will take on that assumption then.
I don't think I have to breathe, but it's assumed that, I guess I would assume that I would feel fluctuations in my surroundings.
Okay. So all of you, first of all, as you all get closer, you're all able to see visually that this structure is emanating a sort of iridescent light in a pulsing fashion, almost like a heartbeat. And it's not extremely bright or anything, too out there, but it's a subtle change from like this orange to a slightly red, slightly white, and then fluctuating in between those three. When either of you would touch it, Civ and Marvin, you would get a feeling of warmth from it, as if you were touching like another person, like a normal warm-blooded thing. And Marvin, when you hold a flame to it, you'll see like a little concentrated area of this light that stops, or at least slows fluctuating, so you can see a sort of heat spot. But otherwise, it doesn't really seem to react. There's no burning. It doesn't create a hole. Nothing else seems to happen. And yes, Civ, it is absolutely magical. And upon further investigation this close, you're able to see this is not any ordinary tree. This is a sort of crystalline material, but definitely still a tree of sorts. Or plant.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
Hey, boss, it's not burning.
What do you mean it's not burning?
It's magical. It wouldn't burn.
It's not
Not that
really a
way, at
tree.
least.
Yeah. It's like tree adjacent.
Something
Emmy,
about
Emmy.
this makes very little sense.
Joe's gonna walk up, kind of as they're examining the tree more closely, and take that hilt off of her belt, and kind of flick her wrist out. And as she does, a blade will materialize into her greatsword. And the last couple of steps, she's going to take it with both hands and bring it up and just swing it as hard as she can into the bark to try and cut open this tree.
Okay, make an attack roll with that weapon, please.
Okay. That is a 15.
Okay. You feel pretty solid and true and confident about this strike. And you'll feel this clank, and the sound for all of you is going to be like nails on a chalkboard. For like that, not like a slow draw, but like a very quick slash, as Joe's doing with this weapon. And you'll actually see like almost sparks fly off of it. And Joe, it'll like jar your wrist a bit, and upon looking at it after you make this, it was a stab or a slash? I'm sorry.
It's like she was like taking it like swinging it like an axe almost.
Okay.
So it'd be a slash.
Yeah, so it'll like impact, it'll awkwardly jar your wrist, and then you kind of finish through, slash off of it, and you'll see that there is absolutely no mark at all that you've been able to make on this thing. But the rest of you will be able to hear, since most of the people around have either cleared out of here or are far enough away down the main road that you can only hear, off in the distance, the panic in people's voices, sort of in a general crowd. You're going to hear this sort of...
You
hear that, boss?
And then she's kind of holding her.
Yeah, it's the weirdest tree I've ever seen. It's just what a horrible sound. I'm
So-
impressed.
Is this metal? Is there a metal tree in these parts?
Bristol, more like.
Like metal adjacent.
I mean, I didn't really get a good swing at it. I probably could
all right,
probably
boss.
chop it
It's
down
just-
if I. Yeah, it's just
You
off
can
day.
do it, boss.
So
Drink
I
a little
believe in
bit.
while they were all attacking the tree, Hambone's going to walk the opposite direction around the tree adjacent thing. Just plopping along, flat-footed. Just
So good.
little duck feet, trying to get around it as quick as possible. She's just, doing a perimeter check.
Check for anything in particular?
A door,
A door?
some sort of entrance.
Okay.
It's growing out of a building, right?
I mean, like something, like, I don't know, just maybe a way to get into or onto this thing that has formulated itself into the center of the town.
Okay. Make an investigation check, please.
Feels rude that you would suggest that one, but okay.
Or you may make a case for a different check.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
An 11.
Yeah, you're. This thing has some awkward like ridges and I'm gonna say shelves. Imagine like the side of a mountain that has like different areas of flat tiered surfaces, almost pimpling the surface of this thing. You don't really find any doors or any way to get into it. It seems pretty consistent with the description everybody else is giving, and what you can obviously see that this seems to be like a solid structure.
All right. Are one of the pimply shelves, per your description, within space that Hambone could try to climb to it?
Yeah. They're peppered pretty heavily throughout this thing, but you are able to see that it's actually moving as you take time to observe and walk around. You can see it continuing to grow upward, and slowly as it does, it widens on the ground as well as it's going.
Can we can go up to the surface to touch it, right? It's in that kind of purview, close enough to touch it.
Say again, I'm sorry?
Oh, the thing is close enough that we can touch it, right?
Oh, absolutely. You've already got 3 people doing that.
Can I go up and like put my ear to it just to see if I hear it making any kind of like sound, like either machine or organic?
Yeah. Perception check.
All right.
With hearing. I don't know if you have any unique bonuses to hearing, but...
I don't know. 18.
All right. Good enough to say that so this light pulsing that you can see, you're actually going to, you press your ear against it, and you're going to both hear and feel this heartbeat sort of descriptor consistent with the pulsing of the light itself.
All right. So this thing, aside from a pulse of light, this thing has a pulse.
That is a good way to describe it.
Okay, all right. I mean, we can maybe just try to take a gander in this building, but maybe I mean, it's gotta come from somewhere, right, Mar? What do you think?
You want me to try and blow it up?
I mean,
It's mighty big.
I don't know.
You are all able to see at this point as well that it continues to, for a plant that, or for what you would know of as a plant, this is very fast, but like it's a few inches every second that this thing seems to be growing upward.
my concern is that if it keeps growing, it's gonna get to the ship. If it gets to the ship, we're gonna have a harder time getting off this rock. So we might need to find where it's coming from and blow up there. Get to the heart of it, you know? Get to the captain of the vines.
As
Yes.
you're talking, you're also going to again hear this sort of clicking sound off in the distance in several directions.
Several directions.
Mhm.
Anything fairly close, or
It sounds like it's close in general.
Can I? Because you said the building's about 20 feet tall.
The buildings around it are anywhere from 20 to 60 feet tall.
Okay.
But the ones that it immediately has started running into are starting to collapse.
Okay.
Hambone is just going to whistle to everybody. It's going to sound a little bit flappy, but it'll end up as a whistle tone sooner or later. To show them that they are kind of climbing up it. Am I noticing anything different as I'm going up it?
Different about it or anything around it?
Well, I would definitely be looking for whatever the clickety clackety sounds are that are
Okay.
coming towards everyone, but also if there's like, since I know it, I don't know if it's a tree or not, but if it's giving me tree vibes, looking for like where branches start to branch off or leaves or like, you know what I mean? They're just trying to keep an eye out for where it starts to change rather than being just a giant stalk up.
Okay. Perception check for sure on this one, please.
This is trash. This entire fucking rolling in
Oh my gosh.
trash.
A constant struggle. Okay, so at the very least, you are, since the sort of plant description you were looking for, this is easy enough. The only branching off you see is just beginning near the very top of this thing. And what you can see is that the maybe two stalks that are starting to come off the main body are very, very small compared to this main thing. And then as far as seeing where the click-clacking is coming from, you're not really able to see for sure. And then as that happens, you are going to have, and all of you around still on the ground are able to see a vine reach out from basically ground level between a couple of the partially collapsed buildings going at Hambone. Hambone, what's your AC? You are muted.
It's a secret. You don't get to know Hambone's AC.
Yeah, you don't get to know. You can never hurt Hambone.
no, you can't hit
15,
Hambone.
but if she saw something coming at her, she would cast Shield of Faith as a kind of like reactionary thing.
The stealth outmatched your perception, so you did not see it coming. However, it is going to miss you anyway. You'll see this vine-like thing whip out at you and clearly attempt to grab you. It'll miss, but hit this kind of whoosh sound as it whiplashes a little bit against the structure that you're climbing as well. And all of you will see several of these come out of the woodworks, and we will be rolling initiative. So we're going to begin rolling initiative as I change up the music and get you guys on the generic battle map.
We return in violence.
Here we are.
I think I rolled too soon.
That is okay.
Initiative crit for 22, big boss.
Nice. And what is... the modifier was 20. That would be obvious. Math is hard. All right.
Boss.
I've got Civ at a 22. What was HP at a 22?
Oh, hey, that's a natural 20.
Look at you go.
Oh, look at
Why
that.
it does the score and not the modifier. That bugs me. Civ, what is
Speaking
your
of, did
actual
Raven show up
score?
yet, or are we still waiting on her?
She is there. Yes.
Sweet.
Fast enough to make that happen. Civ, what's your actual score on
22.
On Dex? Sorry, on Dex. Your Dex score.
Oh, 16, I think. Let me look again. 14. I lied to you.
Okay.
Fire!
Hambone, where did we land? 9.2? Or 9 with a 2 modifier?
What do you think?
Oh
Magic.
no. Oh no.
That's
Avery.
below 10.
Avery got 11.
11 with a 6 modifier. I always ask for the modifier before the score because there are feats and abilities and traits in the game that make your initiative score different despite your dexterity.
Yep. I've got that.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's what it looks like. Joe, where did we end up? 13?
Yeah, I got I rolled a 13.
With a 2 modifier?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, Marvin or Civ, I'm going to let you guys choose each turn which one of you is going to, or sorry, each round, which one of you would like to go first.
Okay.
And you can all see, correct, on the map?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Hey, boss.
Blow up, blow up, blow up, blow up.
Mar will reach down to their hip. The hip will open, and they will pull out your generic 1950s looking alien blaster.
Yeah.
And they are going to go, all right, let's get this started right. And are going to shoot 6 times in the air. And the bullets are going to glow and start circling their head as I have cast Melf's Miniature Meteors as an action around myself. And I have 6 meteors orbiting my head. And then I am going to look at the range before I say anything. Yeah, 120 feet. And then I'm going to change a setting on the blaster, point to the first bad guy, pull the trigger, and one of the meteors is going to shoot toward them as a bonus action.
Okay. That's an attack roll, right? Or is it a save?
Oh, it's going to explode.
Nice.
I'm going to shoot it here to get 3 of them.
Nice.
I need those 3 to make dexterity saving throws, if you please.
Okay, they do not have extras for that, so we're gonna go 1,
That's a fail.
2,
Also a fail.
3.
That passes.
Okay. And I'm assuming this is a half damage on a save.
Yes,
sort of
half
thing.
damage on a save. So 10 damage to the first 2, 5 to the other. And Mar will change the setting on the blaster, spin it around a finger and go, I always like this part. That's my turn.
Nice. All right, Civ, you are up then.
All right. Civ is gonna take a few seconds. He has like a small sort of like console bound to his wrist. He'll press a few buttons on that and just, I hope this thing works. I haven't calibrated it in a while. And a few like metal structures will pop up around his arms and legs and chest and just kind of give him a bit. He'll kind of jump a little and suddenly he feels like a bit springier and faster. As I will actually, no, I won't do that. Never mind. Forget that entire thing actually. What I'm gonna do instead is just still on the console, press a few more things and then just draw a small little sort of like circular handle, circular thing. Presses a button on it, it extends and contracts with a bunch of mechanical words, becomes a long rifle with a glowing kind of red core, and just It's been a bit. Let's make sure this thing still works. And then he'll just aim at the one in front of him, frankly, and shoot at it with my laser rifle.
Laser rifles, yeah.
Baby. I didn't roll very great. That's an 8.
8 to hit will not.
Yeah, I think he tries to fire it, and like it just kind of fizzles a bit. And he just, damn it, taps it a bit longer. And yeah, I guess that's my turn. But I think as Civ is tapping it, let me just make sure how far these things are, assuming she's right next to Civ. I guess if she's one further, she can make it. The coolest thing, Raven's like right here. And then we can move up.
She's
cool.
fast enough that she can basically be where you want. Yeah.
Cool. So I think as Civ is like tapping on the rifle, trying to get it to work and hating how cool he's not looking right now, Raven just comes running and like literally bounds straight over him and then runs in. The fists, the middle of them were a little with that same glowing blue energy. As they get a bit larger and surrounded with magical force, she just kind of runs up, ducks, and then just haymakers the one on the left. I'm going to have her roll an attack now.
Nice.
Because that's a +6 to hit. So here comes a D20. Yeah. Man, we can't roll well today at all. That's a 9.
A 9 is going to thud up against the creature, and it'll sort of just receive the blow and shift just a little bit, but it'll be obvious that you've done no damage, or that she has done no damage.
Well, that's that for me.
Okay. That will take us to, I should give you guys the actual order. It's going to be Marvin, Civ, these creatures, Joe, Avery, Hambone.
Okay.
So you guys can plan up. Each of them, they're going to just like bound forward at you guys on all four. You can see that they have a humanoid structure that you saw from the image. A humanoid structure with a sort of like humpback, but they have 2 arms, 2 legs, and these sort of really long, elongated fingers of vines. And as they get closer, you can see that they are actual plant-like beings that have just taken on a sort of humanoid shape, but they don't move all too fast. They're all just going to start bounding toward you, sort of in sync. There. And that's all they can really do. That was including some dashing. So that's going to take us to Joe.
Joe is seeing them running at us, and she's just gonna keep screaming at Mar, blow him up, blow him up, blow him up, blow him up. And as they get a little closer, and like she sees that they're running up, she's gonna glare at them and be like, "What do you think you're doing?" And she'll start moving towards this one that's getting closer. So I'm going to use my full movement, or not my full movement, because I have 40 feet. I can go so many. So I'm going to get here, right behind. Oh, I can't select my token, but can you move me to this square, please?
Oh, yes, we were. I had to get you on there since you got into Roll20 now.
Yep, it is okay. Oh, perfect. Awesome, yeah. Move there, and as she does, the air around her will start to kind of shimmer, and her skin, which is normally kind of a yellow orange, is going to start deepening into a red orange, and her like skin will start to like you'll see little ripples of flame as Joe is going to rage. But as she does, and she's like walking forward like towards this creature, I'm gonna have to wild surge, so let me do that really quick. So whenever a creature hits me with an attack before my rage ends, that creature will take 1d6 force damage. I'm gonna get up behind this person, and I am going to let me just make sure I'm reading this right. Yeah, I'm gonna attack this individual here with my great sword. And I'm gonna miss, I'm assuming.
Ooh, that misses, yep.
Second attack, also going to miss. As it looks really cool as Joe walks up and that flame kind of flickers, and she will just like the more perceptive in the group will see that her hands are shaking and that she is scared, even as like the flames start to ripple across her cheeks. But to no avail. Let me see, and that's going to be my turn.
Okay, that'll take us to Avery with Hambone on deck.
All right, so Avery is going to move up just a little bit, like right, I think here would give him the distance he needs. I guess he moves up forward a bit. And he kind of looks around and is like, all right, team, first little bit is a little rusty, but I think we just got to knock the dust off. I think we got this. I believe in you. I trust in you. I believe in this team. And he casts Bless on Joe, Mar, and Civ. And he looks back at Joe. He's like, I know you got this, Captain.
I'm just getting warmed up. It's you don't want him to. You think that you have it on the first try. You trying to build up the. It's an old captain tactic.
And Avery pulls out from his pocket a wand that looks like half pencil, half paintbrush. And he's like, I know you got this one, Captain. And quickly does some like arcane movements with it. And a little yellow canary bursts out from the end of it and flies and lands on Joe's shoulder before disappearing, giving you bardic inspiration.
Amazing.
Hell yeah. Anything else for you?
That is it, because that's a bonus action.
Okay, hashtag blessed for, was it 3 of them? And then inspiration for Joe?
Yes.
And
Awesome.
what D is that? Just so I remember.
Inspiration. 1 second.
Yes, which D is that, please? Thank you.
It's the 6. We only got the 4.
D8.
Okay, cool.
Oh, an 8.
It's not one with.
Above average
Love an
dice.
So it's
Awesome.
D4 for the 3 of you with Bless, and then an additional D8 for Joe. Let me know how you use that bardic inspiration, because it does some other things.
Nice.
Gotcha.
All right, Hambone, you are up.
Hambone is going to sigh heavily and start patting their way up as well. They're going to... They're actually going to cast a... I didn't do anything. Did I do something? Oh, okay. I was
sorry,
going to
that was
say,
me.
no, I didn't do anything. I thought, son of a bitch, these dice are trying to roll for me and I didn't even do anything. I had a plan and then I'm changing it. I'm going to cast Sacred Flame. I'm just going to go for this first guy right here.
Okay.
They'd have to make a Dex save. DC 14.
That would be a 6.
And they'll take 6 radiant damage. And
that was
then
this guy right here?
that guy, yes.
Okay.
And
Noted.
they're going to cast a spiritual weapon as a bonus action.
Please tell me what your
And-
spiritual weapon looks like.
Their spiritual weapon, as they pull it out of their pocket, it's not really out of their pocket. It is a small, well, it's not small, it's actually fairly large. Looks like a pistol, but it's got like little swirls on the front, and then it's on the barrel. It says Acme Disintegrating Pistol.
Amazing.
Yes.
And
Doing
it
the
has
damn
kind
thing.
of like the little like
Same brand
on
I
the end.
use.
And it's basically just going to pistol whip that guy.
Nice.
That's because
So good.
that's all it really can do.
I do not have at my disposal a fun and not overly realistic looking pistol. So we're just gonna draw a circle for now.
Okay. I sent you art for it, but I don't know if
You
we can use it. We might have to amend it.
Oh no! Like you just sent it? Oh
Yeah,
my
in the
god!
chat.
Yes. Yeah, we will have to amend it.
Yeah.
So okay, we'll use. I'll make that a readily available asset for next time. For now, we're gonna draw a circle, and please ping for me again which one it was that you're or
guy?
where you're placing it. Okay. So like right
Yeah,
there.
it says like disintegrating, like on the side, but it's not gonna do that. This is just from Hambone's childhood memories that this is coming forth. So
Awesome.
that was a 25 to hit.
25. That hits.
Yeah, with 11 force damage.
Ooh,
Nice.
okay. So upon the first hit, all of you are able to see that some of the branch-like and vine-like elements that make up the structure of this being sort of snapped and cut and started to came loose. And then this pistol appearing and just whipping it made it just completely unravel and fall to the ground. This one is Dunzo. Anything else for you, Hambone?
Nope, that's all.
All right, that brings us back to the top with Marvin or Civ, with the other one following.
You mind, boss?
Go ahead, Civ.
All right. Yeah, Civ's gonna, crack open the rifle, literally pull out a small tool of some kind. It's like, okay, wait a second, how you just, and it'll just kind of word back up. It's there we go, and then aim at the one right. We'll go with our friend right here to the. I'm clicking on the Twitch stream and not the actual. We're gonna go with the OG to the right of our friend Joe over here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna shoot it. This time I'm gonna shoot it twice because I can do that apparently.
Okay.
First one's gonna crit for 25.
Ooh,
yeah.
okay. And I can't remember if we talked about this. I like to do crits as max damage plus what you actually roll, not just double the dice.
I'm gonna get rid of the roll I just made, and I'm gonna re-roll it normally and just tell you with that. So that's 22 on the dice, and my max damage would be whatever 8 times 3 plus 2 is. I don't do math.
Holy hell. Okay, so this thing just gets completely obliterated in this blast. There is basically nothing left of it.
Hell
Peace.
yeah. Well, I get a second shot. I guess Civ's gonna... Oh, you know what? I need to move a bit before I shoot this thing first. So Civ's gonna go ahead and use a bit of ancestral ability. You'll see the sort of like freckle marks on his face, kind of like stars, begin to glow a bit bright white. In fact, through his clothing, you can see there are probably other star markings all over his skin that are glowing a similar white. His eyes will briefly flash a bright white, and he'll step forward. As he steps forward, it's like a curtain of nebulae and stars and other stellar plasma just envelop him, and he is gone. And in a half second, he is reappearing right over here. Yeah, right there.
Nice.
As I will use Astral Step. And I'll just, zip on over there. I also can't move my token, by the way.
What?
Yeah. It's cool. I'm going right there. Slap me over there if you don't mind. Because I'm going to shoot that one back there.
That was consistent with me mixing up your token with Sarah's token.
At least you're consistent. That's what matters.
Well, that was all at the beginning, I guess.
You figure that out. I'm going to roll this attack roll for you, all right?
Yep,
Tell me, does a 19 hit these guys?
absolutely.
Cool. I'd like you to receive 12 radiant damage.
All right. And that was the one right by Joe.
That's actually the one. We're gonna go with the one. Yeah, we'll go with the one right here in front of Joe. Why not? See if we can't help out with the blasting.
All right.
So yeah, Joe, you'll see like about 30 feet to maybe like 15 feet to your left, a sort of like quick curtain of stars and nebulae appear, and then Civ just kind of step out of it, land, and then like spin and like take a rifle shot at the one in front of you.
Awesome.
All right.
And then off to its left, Raven, who is still ready, is going to keep kind of like cracking her fists a bit, duck again, and try to just throw another haymaker at this guy. That's gonna be this plus 6. Now we're rolling better. That's a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
Cool. Raven does a single D8 plus 3 force damage. Let me roll that. That's going to be 10 force damage.
Okay. Between the blast and then the blow from Raven, you're going to see a similar effect, like maybe one off the shoulder and one off the torso, where these points of impact are sort of creating an unraveling effect of this plant-like creature and the threads that are keeping it together with each blow. This thing is definitely in bad shape. Anything else for you, Civ?
Nope, just to remind you that I'm over here. Oh, I can move down. I got it. Never mind. Kaboom!
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Yeah. And then, I guess, we'll leave it there. It's fine.
Marvin?
Mar is going to lift up their blaster and take a look at it, and then take a look at the one that Hambone has as a spiritual weapon, and look back at it and go, hey! Use the same brand! And then it's going to reach up and twist the barrel, and when they twist the barrel, as soon as their hand moves away, there's going to be 3 barrels, and is going to line up 3 shots and send out a scorching ray at these 2 hit by a meteor earlier, and this one.
Okay.
So that is 3 scorching rays on the way. I'm going to add a D4 from Bless. And then I was built for success, damn it. So I'm going to add a D4 from my ability.
Oh, no.
12.
12
Yikes.
just hits, my man.
Oh!
I don't
Termination.
do it.
That's all it takes.
Every damn ability I've given. 7 damage to the first one.
Okay.
The second one is a 16.
That hits.
Yeah. For 5 damage. The third one is even more. For 8 damage. And then as a bonus action, I love so much that Osera froze like that.
Oh, no. And we're
Very
back.
good.
It's back.
Very good.
You froze in mid-movement. It was
I
great.
was so excited.
Gosh, got the
Clip that,
snapshot.
please. For the love of God.
I was so excited.
And then as a
That clip yesterday.
And then as a bonus action, going to reach up, turn the barrel again back to its normal barrel, take a shot, and one of the 6 meteors, 5 now, revolving around their head, is going to go shooting out and land here. So I need a dex save from the 2 that failed their dex saves earlier.
That would be these 2. Do I have things lined up right? Yes, I do. Okay. 2 deck saves. 1 and 2. I'm just going to put them together.
Sorry, that was my damage roll, not your dex save.
3 and 6.
Both fail. 11 damage to both of them.
Okay. The first one unravels to nothing again with this hit. It is done. The second is starting to come apart in similar fashion. Anything else for you?
Yay, violence! That's it.
All right. Excellent. This guy. I need to check this real quick. Yep. Nope. That's a nope. This guy is getting here. And that one is staying right next to Joe. All right. Joe, speaking of, this thing is going to reach out with its tendril-like branchy fingers and try to hit you twice.
No.
You should roll disadvantage for that, by the way, boss.
Disadvantage?
Yep, as Raven's next to her and is going to use a reaction to what's the ability called?
Defender.
Yeah, deflect attack. I can put disadvantage on somebody next to her with as long as I can see her. So she can see it as a reaction.
Nice.
So just Raven's fists just come up and start like blocking off tendrils in front of you, Joe. So disadvantage.
Okay.
Joe's like standing there, kind of like wincing, and then like checks and goes, pulls her eye at him.
2 rolls with disadvantage coming at you.
They will both hit. Meets it, beats it.
Okay.
Thank you, though. But they are
That was
going
great.
to take. Let's see. Let me read this.
That was a crit.
Whenever a creature hits you, yeah. So roll damage and everything, but as they hit, there's going to be like a heat wave that pulses at them, and they're going to take 2d6
Okay.
damage, force damage.
Okay. So you're going to feel this sort of draining effect with each
Okay.
of these hits, and you'll feel cold as it happens. It almost feels like it's, in a way, sucking the life out of you. So
Okay.
it's 6 radiant, 6 cold, and then 5 radiant, 6 cold from each hit. You all will see this pulse of heat that Sarah just described for you with each hit, and you'll see that this creature actually like grabbed at, like one was at her arms and then one was at like around her general torso to grapple, but then that second pulse in reaction made it fall to the ground and unravel into just a bunch of vines. So this one is now down as well. Then we're gonna have something similar happen to Hambone.
How dare.
2 attacks against you, and these are not at
Not
disadvantage.
ham bone.
Not him, bone.
So it's an 18 and a 14 to hit.
Well, that 18 does, but that 14 can suck a.
And suck your ham bone.
All right. Okay, that's going to be 7 radiant and 2 cold damage, and you are grappled as it wraps its vines around. You're a little on the smaller side, right, Hambone?
I am small.
Oh, I should actually make your token accurate. Bam!
I'm small too.
Wow! Look at him.
All right.
So cute.
So that your little blob friend is thoroughly grappled in the grasp of this creature as it hit, and you're hurt as well. That's going to bring us to Joe's turn.
Joe, who the second their vines started unraveling, has just spent the whole time like stomping her foot on the pile of vines.
Don't you dare!
And is gonna hear like a weird little gurgle from Hambone's direction. It's gonna be like, "You put them down!" And it's gonna run over with like greatsword in like both hands over their heads, screaming. Charge at this. It's this one that's got Hambone grappled. Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
And from that distance.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and is just going to start wildly hacking at this creature. So let me roll to attack. Does an 18 hit?
Absolutely.
Okay. It's going to be 8 slashing damage. We're going to try and hit again.
9
a
will
9
not
stack.
hit.
But let me
You
use
got-
my inspiration and my
and you-
bless.
Yes.
So that is going to be a 3. Oh, a 13 or a 12 will hit, right?
Yes.
Okay. And remind me, inspiration, what can I use that on? Is it just to hits?
Attack, saves, and ability checks.
Okay, I'm going to hold that then. So I'm still hitting. Another 8 slashing damage.
Okay.
And let's see. Can I bonus action punch this person?
Do you have the ability to do so?
I believe so, yes.
I don't think there's anything restricting that. I need to more thoroughly study your character sheets. I apologize.
So
Yeah,
basically
you're
like
A-okay.
a 2-weapon fighting kind of deal.
2-weapon
Sword
fighting.
Yeah.
punch.
Like, I just don't, because my greatsword's two-handed, so if I can't, I can't. But I also have Tavern Brawler. So I feel like
Tavern Brawler is when you make an attack,
A
you can take
feat.
another.
it's, let's see, when you hit a creature with an unarmed strike. So my idea was that I'd hit it twice with the sword. It's too much. We're just going to skip it. That's my turn.
Okay, I'll look at that in between for
Okay,
next
excellent.
time. Let's go then to Avery.
All right. So Avery, seeing what's going on over there, is going to make a quick step here. Say it to Hambone's like, don't worry, we've got your back, pal. And you see him like point his brush at you, and a little canary flies out and lands on your shoulder while you're wrapped up and disappears as soon as it touches down. And then he's going to reach behind his back and go, hey, Ugly, you like heat? Well, let's try something cold. And he pulls out a pie, a cream pie, and chucks it. And so I'm going to cast Ray of Frost with this.
Yes.
So good.
So 26 to hit.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
Definitely hits.
And that's 15 cold